She Scopolamine me a month ago. Stole everything.
Your phone?
Money.
No. It's yours, right?
Ella Scopolamine me un mes. Sí. Ella. Bravo. Who can translate? Who can translate? Who can translate? She stole everything from me. And she Scopolamine me. I woke up 2 days later. I woke up 2 days later.
What she do to you?
Okay, 1 month ago, I met her on Bumble.
To see more of what happened, keep watching this channel. Brenda had returned back to New York after getting drugged and robbed. She was trying to reconstruct her life after falling victim to a bunch of girls while trying to fulfill an adult fantasy. By placing the episode behind her, she had now resumed her role of managing the family's business, which is a bakery located in New York. But the Obiland team were still working, and after a couple of months, they had found one of the girls who drugged and robbed Brenda. The pretty-faced Scopolamine queen, who intended to drug and rob an Obiland agent using a sedative called clonazepam. We advised Brenda that we had found her, and this is a continuation of her story after the events leading up to the finding of the predator.
A couple months ago, in July, I was drugged and robbed in Cali, Colombia. And I didn't expect to say that today or ever in my life until the day actually occurred. Since then, I got to New York. At first, I was like lost. I wasn't trying to figure out if to get my certificate back, my licensing back in optician, or to work with my mom in the bakery. My mom is struggling through a lot of medical issues right now, and the only person who supports her at home is me. So it's kind of like a lot of pressure. My daily, well, not daily, weekly, maybe once a month sometimes, depending on how busy we are. I got back and I was fighting with my mom. She didn't want me in the business. She didn't want me a part of our life. She just kind of wanted me to pick myself up because I had chosen not to go back with her when she said, come back with me. I started a new journey in learning about taxes. So now I'm a tax preparer, and I'm now running the bakery again for my mom while she's going through her treatments. So it was hard. It took a lot. It was months of, feeling bad for myself and picking myself up.
With the events of Colombia behind her, Brenda embarked on a journey of positivity.
I have a radio show called The Keys, Be Bold, Free, and Vibrant. That is to help people discover how to truly live within their true selves and accept themselves, which is a journey I've been going through.
As part of that journey, Brenda's mom will take her on a sabbatical to help her break loose from Jake.
Shortly after, my mom, like 3 days later, was like, we're leaving. We left to Georgia, and she had me there for a week, and I think in that week it kind of allowed me the space from everything that had occurred and how I was emotionally, bonded to my experience with him in Colombia. It looks very different from when I got back to New York, but I think it has a lot to do with what I went through, in the sense of like my choices occurred this to happen, but I'm a victim to what occurred, but I'm not a victim to myself.
And so Obiland contacted Brenda, advising her to return to Colombia.
Wow.
That's interesting to me. So I'm trying to see.
Obiland had reached out to me using multiple avenues, seeing that, I had left, and I had kind of left behind even the idea of continuing doing this documentary. But when I saw the message, I was at work. I remember at work, and I stood kind of quiet for a second, and then it felt like I could finally close a chapter of a time that I could never forget, but I can become something else from it, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, But I needed it to just first be closed.
Taking an early morning flight from New York to Medellin, this will be her first time in Colombia in almost 9 months. The idea was to reconnect with the Obiland team as well as press forward with legal proceedings against the girl, but due to sensitivities and a slow judicial system, we won't cover the process in this documentary.
I came to Colombia to kind of prove to myself that I could be better. Now that I can think about it, now that I can recall it, now you can kind of put the pieces together. But that day, there was no pieces to put together. There was nothing.
For the first time in almost 8 months, Brenda arrives back in Colombia. After so much time away and walking with purpose, she didn't even notice our guy who had been filming her.
How does it feel to be back?
It feels fucking crazy. But I'm excited, and I'm also relieved that I'm coming back with like a different me after everything that happened the last time I was here. So
Excellent, excellent. All right.
woo, let's see what it feels like.
I got what I deserved, but I think I also got what I needed, because the person who I am after it and the person who I'm going to become.
Shit, how was your journey?
It was good. It was actually nice. You know, I didn't sleep much. I thought I'd sleep more, but the kind of like the thoughts of how are you feeling, what's happening, you know, what is it gonna be like?
Pretty much, it's my first time back since I got drugged and robbed. The last time I went to the States, I went to Miami fairly quickly just to stop them from going into my bank accounts. And I came back, so the shock of what had happened, how I felt, what my actions had caused, I didn't really feel. But this time around, it's like a bittersweet feeling, especially because Obiland was able to, you know, kind of close a chapter for me and find one of the girls that like harmed me, that chose to like particularly want to do harm to me. So it's gracias, but you know, we'll keep going. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Me abres, por favor? Gracias. Gracias.
Vamos
a la dos. After the girl got arrested, I did receive some sort of compensation, but it doesn't compare to what I lost.
Brenda, here.
The new way of thought and consciousness, like my goals this year alone is I want to focus on 2 things, discipline and mindfulness. I want to be disciplined because I get to take action on things that are going to take care of my future self. And mindfulness because I get to remember that my actions affect the people around me. This is where queens stay. It feels nice to get here, to be welcomed with such a beautiful, I mean, guys, did you guys see here?
And so that day, Brenda gets some rest because the next day will require thoughts regarding legal proceedings against the girl who drugged and robbed her, as well as a studio appearance with the Obiland team for an interview that you can watch on this channel.
When I was thinking about myself, pleasure, fantasy, enjoying life, giving pleasure to someone else who I thought that I had loved, that I was in love with, that I could see a life with, like 100%, I got what I deserved. But, you know, I got what I needed, so I'm okay.
Brenda reflects on her relationship with Jake.
I appreciate who he was in my life, what he brought to my life, because yeah, it was maybe chaos, but I allowed it to be chaos because I chose that's what I wanted. And so he just gave me what I was asking for. How do I feel about these girls? You know, they're 3 young girls. Like they're younger than I am, and do I have any malice or hate, or do I wish anything bad upon them? No, I really don't. I wish them the best. I hope they choose better. They can be better. Forgiveness starts with me in order for them to be able to make better life choices. If I can forgive them, then they can forgive themselves.
But it appears Brenda is still having a hard time forgiving herself. She believes she's disappointed her mother, who is undergoing treatment for a severe life-threatening disease.
I let myself down, but above all, I let the person who I wish to respect the most in my life, and it's my mom, because she's given me everything. And I just want to show her that I'm enough, that she could someday pass away knowing that her daughter will be okay, that her grandchildren, and that her legacy won't be dismissed or unvalued or undervalued because of my decisions, because of my selfishness, because of my self-centeredness. So discipline and mindfulness is my new motto. Oh.
You can watch the full interview on this channel.
You could.
But I'm surprised he doesn't have security here.
Well, it's very down low. You can't tell what it is, and it's got a big metal door.
After an emotional studio session and a long day, the Obiland video production team must now wrap things up. It's been a couple of days, and Brenda must now start thinking about returning to New York. She reflects on her visit to Medellin.
Just right now, this view, this moment, this weather, this feeling, it's bittersweet. Like, I'm excited to go home. I'm excited to see my family, my mom, my dad. My dad I don't see, but everyone I get to see. But it's like, this is a breathtaking, amazing experience. And yes, I came back to talk about something that hurt me, but,
Isn't it funny how this is such a beautiful city?
But it's so beautiful.
It's got its dangers.
It does. But I think one of my tattoos says there's no good without evil. And the thing is, you can never appreciate something truly good or like what you create in your life until you see the evil in this world.
And that evil reared its head in unseen footage which can only be viewed on this channel on Brenda's first night back in Colombia. She had linked up with Boogie, a survivor of a kidnapping attempt in Medellin, for a night out in Provenza. In an incredible story, Boogie was shot 6 times by his kidnappers. You can find his full story on this channel.
The keys? The keys? And it's about people.
And all of a sudden, things start getting dark as they walk through Provenza.
A free mentality.
An American man is holding onto a woman as he shouts Scopolamine. She tries to flee the scene because she is wanted by her many victims.
She Scopolamine me a month ago. Stole everything. My money.
It's yours, right?
Ella Scopolamine me un mes. Sí. Ella. Bravo. Who can translate? I met her on Bumble.
Yo la encontré en una aplicación de
Bumble. And then I took her back to my apartment, and she Scopolamine me in a drink. She stole my computer.
If you like to find out more on this story and to see what happened, keep watching this channel.
I was in search of love, I thought, well, I'll go to Colombia, I'll meet the girl of my dreams, and she seemed really nice, she was dressed really nice. She started giving me a back massage, and that was it. I woke up probably 15 hours later.
And so it's unfortunate that some people have to be damned for others to be blessed. But just to have a glimpse of this, honestly, it's beautiful. Oh, man.
See, I can't get him because he's an agent.
Jason!
And so Brenda says her final goodbyes to the Obiland team.
You're an agent that's out there.
I'm ready. Bittersweet.
I gained consciousness to what real life I want to live. Like, did I want to continue to put myself in the position to be drugged and robbed? And is that the life I wanted to create, to be known as? Or did I want to take it and say, it happened, but I get to be better. I see a future for my life, for my business. I want to leave a legacy, and I lost a lot in the moment, and I lost a lot monetarily wise, but at the end of the day, I have my life.
Thank you, Obiland Productions, for making my first trip back to Colombia after being drugged and robbed a good experience, and able to share my story and have other people potentially learn from it as well as be entertained by it. Bye guys.
Not all our videos are monetized, and some have even been removed for being too real. And so if you like what we're doing, you can make a donation via Super Chat, PayPal, or buy me a coffee. If you've been affected by anything in this documentary, you can also book a consultation with us to get some advice.